Let's begin with the article, What Lies Ahead for Syria After Assad's Exit. So this article has appeared in today's newspaper, that is December 15, 2024, and it has appeared in a page called as FAQ page. So this FAQ page, it gets published only on Sundays. So the content which is present in this page is very important from exam point of view. Let us see how to extract the information from this article from both prelims as well as mains point of view. Okay. So here Syria is there, Assad. Okay, let us see, look into it. How was Hayat Tahrir al-Sham, led by ex-Al-Qaeda leader Abu Muhammad al-Jolani, able to defeat the Syrian armed forces? Why did the priorities of the Syria's greatest allies, Russia and Iran, change in recent years? What has been the role of Turkey in the fall of Syrian president? Okay, Syrian president. So here, let us decipher the points one by one as we gradually start discussing this article in detail. So here we came across an organization called as Hayat Tahrir al-Sham. So the question is whether this point is important from prelims point of view. Yes, it is important, because often in the prelims they may frame a question like, so Hayat Tahrir al-Sham is an organization associated with which country? For example, it may give options like Saudi Arabia, Iran, Iraq and Syria. So at that time we should be able to identify correctly that it belongs to Syria. Hence this point is important. This point is important. But now next, coming to the leader like Abu Muhammad al-Jolani, whether important from prelims point of view? No. So generally UPSC will not focus on such kind of personalities. Here organization is important and the corresponding country is important, but the personality is not important. We also need to know Al-Qaeda. What is Al-Qaeda? Al-Qaeda is a terrorist organization. Okay. So defeated Syrian armed forces. So from this heading itself we understand that an organization called as Hayat Tahrir al-Sham has defeated Syrian armed forces. So it has defeated the Syrian armed forces. Important. Why did the priorities of the Syria's greatest allies? So here from this statement we understand that the greatest allies of Syria are Russia and Iran. But in the recent years the priorities of Russia and Iran have changed, and why they have changed we shall look into the article. What has been the role of Turkey in the fall of Syrian president? Okay. So recently in the fall of Syria, that is the defeat of Syria by Hayat Tahrir al-Sham. So what was the role of Turkey in this? Okay. So these are the various aspects that we are going to discuss. Okay, discuss. But before that we also need to know where is West Asia located. Where is West Asia located? We should be able to identify the location of Russia, Iran, Syria, okay, Turkey, etc. Okay, etc. So this is the map of West Asia. So here we are able to locate. Here we have Syria. Next, here we have Turkey. Here we have Russia. Okay, Russia and Iran. Okay, so at least this approximate map we should be aware. Okay, so Syria, Turkey, Russia and Iran. Now the discussions will be more fruitful when we are aware of the location of these countries. Okay, these countries. Okay. Next, Bashar al-Assad, president of Syria for 24 years, has fallen. So the personally called as Bashar al-Assad was the president of Syria for 24 years and now he has fallen. Means the Bashar al-Assad has been defeated by Hayat Tahrir al-Sham. So they have defeated the government of Bashar al-Assad. Means Bashar al-Assad's army have been defeated by Hayat Tahrir al-Sham. Important. Okay. Next, in the examination they are not going to ask you, so Bashar al-Assad served as the president of Syria for how many years? Okay, not important. We should be just aware that Bashar al-Assad was the president of Syria. He and his family have taken refuge in Russia. Okay, so now because their armed forces have been defeated, so they have taken refuge in Russia. Again, not important from prelims point of view. Syria has a transitional government headed by Hayat Tahrir al-Sham. So it means now it's a temporary government is there which is headed by this organization. Okay, and Hayat Tahrir al-Sham. So It's an Islamist militant group that was controlling the northwestern province of Idlib. Okay, so here we came across a very important point. So what kind of group it is, whether Islamist militant group, all this information is not important. What is important from exam point of view? This name called as Idlib. Okay, generally in the UPSC prelims, in the match of following type of questions, they ask where a particular place is present, generally which appears in the newspaper. So tomorrow in the examination they may ask you, so where is Idlib present? Saudi Arabia, Israel, Iraq, Syria. In this fashion, when they ask the questions, we should be able to identify that Idlib is present in Syria. Okay, Syria. So similarly, whenever name of a place appears in the newspaper, out of curiosity, we should find out the country where it is located. Okay, located. Many Syrians are celebrating the collapse of Mr. Assad's dictatorial regime, but remain anxious about what is to come. Okay, so there are few are celebrating the fall of Assad, but there are some are anxious as well. Okay, not an important point from prelims point of view. Turkey, as the main backer of the HTS, sees an opportunity to expand its influence in West Asia, while Iran and Russia, the main backers of the Assad regime, have taken a setback. So this is a very important point. So we need to understand this point. So what does it mean? So here one is Assad. Okay. Who is Assad? He was presently Syria's president. Now he has been defeated by whom? HTS. What is HTS? Hayat Tahrir al-Sham. So this organization has defeated Assad's forces. Now who are backing HTS? HTS is being backed by Turkey. Okay, so Turkey is supporting HTS, but who are backing Assad? So previously Iran and Russia, they were backing Assad. So this picture we should get. So Assad was the president of Syria. So recently Assad's armed forces were defeated by HTS. HTS was supported by Turkey. So Assad previously was supported by Iran and Russia, but now as Iran and Russia's priorities have been changed, so they have not been able to support or focus on Assad. Okay, Assad. So now Turkey, as it has backed HTS, now it wants to use this as an opportunity to expand its influence in West Asia. Sorry. Now Turkey wants to use this opportunity to influence its expand its influence in West Asia. So what is West Asia? When we say West Asia, so the following things should come to our. So West Asia or Middle East. So both of them are same. Okay, both of them are same. So this is a picture that we should get about West Asia. So in West Asia we have many countries. Saudi Arabia is there, Yemen is there, Oman, UAE, Qatar, Bahrain, Kuwait, Iraq, Iran, okay, Israel, Lebanon, Syria, Jordan. So all these are part of West Asia. So in this West Asian region, Turkey wants to increase its influence. Okay, increase its influence. And how did it get this opportunity? Because it supported HTS, and HTS defeated the Assad's regime in Syria. Okay, Syria. Again, these are the background things that we are supposed to know. Okay, no. Okay. Okay. Next. Israel, in the meantime, is exploiting the vacuum in Syria to grab more territories. Again, very important. So Israel, which shares its border with Syria. So here we have Syria, and here we have Israel. Okay, Israel. So using this opportunity, Israel will try to capture more territories from Syria. Okay, Syria. So again, here the points that have to be noted is whether Israel and Syria share a boundary. Yes. Again, this point is important from prelims point of view. Okay, prelims point of view. Next, why did the Assad regime fail? Okay, why did the Assad's armed forces were defeated? Okay, defeated. Mr. Assad held on to power for 13 years after the civil war broke out in 2011. Okay, so in spite of the civil war which broke out in Syria, he kept on enjoying the powers for the past 13 years from 2011, only for his regime to collapse in 12 days. But recently, within a span of 12 days, his regime got collapsed. Not important point. By 2017, Assad regime had taken over most of its lost territories, okay, with help from Russia, Iran and Hezbollah. So here, what does it indicate? Assad, the president of Syria, had taken help of Russia, had taken help of Iran, had taken help of Hezbollah to take back the territories which he had lost. Okay, which he had lost. So from this we understand that Russia supported Assad, Iran supported Assad, and also an organization called as Hezbollah supported Assad. So here Hezbollah, this organization is very important from exam point of view. Okay, Hezbollah. So later on we shall see. So Hezbollah is an organization which is present in Lebanon. Okay, Lebanon. So very important point. Tomorrow in the examination, if they ask, we should be able to recall that Hezbollah is an organization associated with Lebanon. But he has not defeated the militants. This point is important. So Assad, what he did is, he took the territories, territories back with the support of Russia, Iran and Hezbollah. But he did not defeat any of the terrorist organizations. The strongest of them was the HTS. So the terrorist organizations which had captured the territory of Syria, from whom he took back, Assad took back, among the various opposite terrorist organizations of Assad, the strongest was HTS. HTS, which was formerly called Jabhat al-Nusra. The Al-Qaeda arm in Syria. So the Al-Qaeda has many wings. So its wing in Syria was called as Jabhat al-Nusra. Later on it became HTS. But this much detailed information is not important from PLIM's point of view. Even from mains point of view also, it will be difficult to recall all these names. So we shall only target superficially, and that too while writing mains answers we shall see how we are supposed to quote the organizations and the personalities names, once we start discussing about the mains answer writing. Abu Muhammad al-Jolani, today the emir of HTS, was an Al-Qaeda leader. Again, not important. His history is not important. The HTS controlled Idlib, emerged as a rebel stronghold. Not important. But what is important here is, where is Idlib present? In Syria. Jolani established a mini administration in Idlib, the Syrian Salvation Government. Again, this here also is not important. Idlib is important. He had been planning a large-scale offensive against the regime forces for months, if not years. Again, not important. On the other side, a host of domestic, regional and international factors weakened Mr. Assad's position. Syria's economy is in a very bad shape. Its GDP shrank by 87% in past 13 years, from $68 billion in 2011 to just $9 billion in 2023. So none of these points are important from either PLIM's or mains point of view. Western sanctions stifled an already deteriorated economy further. So Western sanctions means, for example, USA. So USA sanctioned Syria. Syria, they speak about that. Again, not important. We need to understand what is sanctions. The poorly paid soldiers of the Assad regime lacked motivation to preserve it. Not important. So these, the line-to-line information is not important. This is what we are supposed to understand. Because initially when we are preparing, we don't know what has to be read, what has to be skipped. So these things will matter, because at the end moment when we are revising, there is a hell lot of information that has to be revised. So hence we have to build a strategy with the minimum content. So that content has to be predominantly be from PLIM's point of view, and the same points can be used in mains as well. So Syrian armed forces were also weakened by repeated Israeli strikes. So here the background here is, Syria at this time it has become weak because even Israel has started attacking on Syria. Which picked up pace over the past year after the Hamas October 7, 2023 attack. So here we came across an organization called as Hamas. So Hamas is an organization of Palestine. Palestine. Again, this is important from PLIM's point of view. Mr. Assad was heavily reliant on his external allies for security. So Mr. Assad was heavily reliant. He was dependent on external allies, that is Russia and Iran, for his security. However, their priorities also changed in recent years. But Russia and Iran, they are not able to support now, because Russia is now focusing on its Ukraine war, and Iran is in a hot and cold water with Israel. So the crisis that is going on in the Middle East, especially the attacking of Israel on Palestine. So now Iran is fighting against Israel. So hence Iran and Russia, both of them, they are not able to concentrate on Syria. Syria. So this has been used as an opportunity by the HTS to defeat the Assad's regime. Hezbollah lost most of its leaders and thousands of fighters in a year-long war with Israel. So from here we understand that even Hezbollah is fighting Israel. Fighting Israel. So what we understand, Syria, that is Assad, he was previously supported by Russia, Iran and Hezbollah. Hezbollah. But now Russia is involved in Ukraine war. Iran is supporting is involved in the war which the Israel is waging against Palestine. Similarly, Hezbollah is in war with Israel. So hence they have not been able to extend support to Assad. Assad. Mr. Assad was heavily reliant on his external alliance. Russia's focus is now on Ukraine. We saw Hezbollah lost its leaders. The militants knew Mr. Assad was weak. So now the HTS knew that the Assad is weak because Russia will not come to his support, Iran will not come to his support, and Hezbollah will not come to his support. So using this opportunity, they attacked Mr. Assad. They launched an offensive on November 27 in the western outskirts of Aleppo. So probably aimed at cutting the underbelly of his decaying regime. What happened next was a rapid collapse of the regime itself. So all these points are not important. What is important here is a city named Aleppo. So in the examination, such points are important. We have to focus. Okay, so Aleppo, where it is located, Syria. So this information is important from prelims point of view. Next, who is in charge now? Syria today has roughly 4 militant coalitions. The first one is HTS, led by Jolani. Okay, so here just we need to understand that HTS is an organization in Syria. The HTS says it has broken its ties with Al Qaeda and promises to repeat Syria's ethnic and religious diversity. Not important. But its rank and file comprise transnational jihadists who travel to Syria from across the world to fight jihad against the Assad regime. Not important. The HTS main ally is the Syrian National Army. Okay, so again not important. Another northern militia. The core of the SNA is the Free Syrian Army, a Turkish proxy that was formed with the defected Syrian soldiers and officers. So here we need to understand that the Free Syrian Army, okay, it works on behalf of Turkey. That's important. Okay, that's important. So the HTS and SNA launched on November 27, the offensive altogether, not important. The second group is the Southern Front. Now in the examination they may ask, so where is the Southern Front present? So this organization is present in Syria. Only that much information will be sufficient. A loose coalition of dozens of militias in Syria, South, Dara and what? Quneitra. So very important. So these names, tomorrow in the examination they may ask. So where is Dara and Quneitra located? They are located in Syria. Some of them were backed by Jordan. So now Jordan is a country. So where it is located? On the map you should try to locate the position of the Jordan, whether it shares its border with Syria. So we have to check it out. Okay, all this information is important. Which shares a border with southern Syria. So already they have mentioned it shares a border with Syria. So from this we understood, because in the UPSC even they focus on such aspects as well. So which are the countries which share boundaries and all. From that perspective this information is important. When the HTS SNA combined advanced towards regime-held cities from the north, the southern militias started an offensive from the south. Okay, from the south, and they reached Damascus. Okay, first on December 8. So from this we understand Damascus is a place present in Syria. It's the capital of Syria as well. Again, an important point. Okay, important point. Next, the third main group is the Syrian Democratic Forces. Not important. The core of the SDP is the People's Protection Units, the armed wing of the Syrian Kurdistan. Not important. The STF enjoys the relative autonomy in the Syrian Kurdish region. Okay, so we need to find where is this Syrian Kurdish region present. The SDM was armed by US in the past in its fight against Islamic State. The fourth group is Alawite militias. So again, this is important. Where are Alawite militias present? Syria. Alawites are Mr. Assad sect. So this much detailed information is not important. The HTS, a Sunni Islamist group. This is very important. Now tomorrow in the examination they may ask. So HTS is a Sunni group or a Shia group. Okay, it's a Sunni group. This is very important. Okay, Assad is a Shia. HTS is a Sunni. Okay. The HTS has asked the Alawite community to cut ties with the fallen regime. Not important. Of these four, the HTS is the most powerful force now. The transition government in Damascus is a replica of the HTS Salvation government in Idlib. So points are not important. What is important here is Damascus is present in Syria, Idlib is present in Syria. Why does geopolitics matter? Syria has immense geopolitical significance. So why is there so much focus on Syria? Okay, it hosts Russia's Mediterranean naval base in Tartus. It's the only naval base outside the former Soviet territory. So this point is very important. So Syria is a very important place for what? Russia. So in Syria there is a naval base of Russia. Okay, Russia. So Tartus. So from this we understand that Syria shares a border with Mediterranean Sea. Again a very important point. So let us look into the through map. Okay, this is the Mediterranean Sea. So here we have Syria. From this we understand that Syria shares a border with Mediterranean Sea. So here a region called as Tartus. Okay, Tartus. So here Russia maintains its military base. Okay, military base. So hence Syria is very important for Russia. This is very important because in order to get connected with Mediterranean Sea and to build the security, Russia requires Syria. Okay, Russia requires Syria. So this is what we saw. It hosts Russia's Mediterranean naval base in Tartus. So this is very important. So in the examination they may ask you, where is Tartus located? In Syria. So which country hosts its naval base in Syria? Russia, USA, China, India. In that sense, when they ask a question, we should be able to identify that it is Russia. Okay. Next, Russia also has built an air base in Syria. So Russia also has an air base in Syria apart from naval base. For Russia to project force from the Black Sea to the Mediterranean and then to the Atlantic, it is essential to retain access to Tartus base. Okay, so to prove that we are powerful, okay, we are powerful. So Russia requires a strong. It should indicate. It should show that we are very powerful from Black Sea to Mediterranean Sea. So to show that we are powerful, so the Tartus base is very important for Russia. Hence, very important. Okay. It could also be one of the reasons Russia made a military intervention in Syria in 2015 to protect the Assad regime. So, okay, in 2015, when Assad of Syria was under threat, okay, Russia helped Assad. So probably this may be the reason as well. Okay, Now that the regime has collapsed, Russia's focus would be on protecting its bases. So as Russia, which supported Assad, his regime has fallen. Now Russia's focus will be to protect its bases in what? Tartus. That is very important. For Iran, a sworn enemy of the America and Israel. So from here we understand Iran is the enemy of America as well as Israel. Syria was its only state ally in West Asia. So Syria was the only friend of Iran in West Asia. But now that has also collapsed. Syria was also a key conduit between Iran and Hezbollah. Okay, so Hezbollah, it is supported by Iran. Hezbollah is present in Lebanon. So it is supported by Iran. So to facilitate this support, Syria was playing a very important role. But now, as Syria, Assad has been defeated, now it will become difficult for Iran to cooperate with or to give support to Hezbollah. Okay, so the Lebanese militia. Hezbollah is the Lebanon's militant organization. The fall of Assad regime could disrupt Iran's supply networks in the region. Okay, so supply networks it may be in the form of oil or other supply. So if the Assad regime falls, then Iran, whatever the power it was enjoying with respect to supply and all, so that will be lost, and Iran will considerably weaken the which could invariably weaken the country's deterrence. So Iran can be weakened because of this. Turkey on the other side appears to be stronger. Now Turkey, which has supported the HTS, which defeated Assad, now it appears to be stronger. For years it had tried to pull down the Assad regime. So it had been trying from years to bring down the Assad regime, but it was not successful. When the Russian intervention made it immediately impossible, Turkey shifted its focus towards playing a long game with its proxies. Okay, so all these years there was a support of Russia to Assad, so hence Turkey was keeping quiet. Now that Mr. Assad is gone and the HTS-SNA coalition is in Damascus, Recep Tayyip Erdogan, so who is Recep Tayyip Erdogan? He is the Turkey's president. Okay, seems to have outwitted Vladimir Putin and extended his influence from Ankara to the borders of Iraq, Jordan and Israel. So it means now, because of this change in regime, so Turkey, under the leadership of Recep Tayyip Erdogan, has increased its influence in the region from Ankara to the borders of Iraq, Jordan and Israel. So what is Ankara? Ankara is a place present in Turkey. Okay, it's the capital of Turkey. Okay, Turkey. Also we have to locate where is Iraq present, where is Jordan present and where is Israel present. Okay, Israel present. Will the militias build a new Syria? Many think the fall of the dictatorial regime would lead to a new dawn. For now, Syria's militants have made the right noise about respecting the country's diversity and rebuilding its dilapidated institutions and welcoming back refugees. None of these points are important, just ignore them. But Syria still remains a complex case with or without Mr. Assad. Before Hafez al-Assad, Bashar's father, captured power in 1971, Syria had seen multiple coups and counter-coups. Again, this point is not important. Here, personality Hafez al-Assad, not important from exam point of view. It was Hafez and his Baath party. Okay, this is important. So when we say Baath party, so to which country it belongs to? It belongs to Syria. So this point is important. Personality is not important, but the party and the organizations are important. So today the challenge the militants face is to rebuild the country once again by demobilizing the militias. But the HTS neither has ideological clarity for an inclusive Syria, nor the resources to demobilize other militias. Again, not important points. The HTS is a Salafist jihadist outfit. Okay, so already we have seen that it's a Sunni and also Salafist jihadist outfit, which wants to remake secular Syria and retain its tight grip over the state institutions. Not important. If the HTS rule in Idlib is an example, the group is not any less dictatorial than Mr. Assad. Here also again the only point Idlib is important. So we have to know that Idlib is located in Syria. The southern militias backed by Jordan would want to get their due share of power, and in the east the SDF, the Kurdish militia, wants to keep their hardened autonomy. Not important. But Turkey sees the SDF as a terrorist outfit, and Turkish-backed militias have already started attacking the SDF. Okay, so Turkey, it attacks the organization called as SDF. So again, not important. In Afghanistan, throughout the 1980s, the US and Pakistan-backed Mujahideen fought together against the communist regime as well as the Soviet troops. Okay, so in main answers we can quote from Klim's point of view, not important, but bit of understanding is required. So in Afghanistan, through the 1980s, USA and Pakistan-backed Mujahideen. So Mujahideen were backed by USA as well as Pakistan. So they fought against the communist regime as well as the Soviet troops. Okay. But after the Soviet withdrawal and the collapse of the communist rule, Afghanistan fell into the deeper chaos. Okay. So in Libya, NATO made a military intervention in 2011. So this is very important. So where is Libya located? Libya is located in Africa. So try to locate the country on the map, world map. So in 2011, so NATO attacked Libya, okay, to liberate the country from Muammar Gaddafi. So Muammar Gaddafi was ruling from Libya. So NATO, led by USA, so they attacked Libya to liberate from his rule, okay, from his rule. But after Gaddafi's regime, one of the most stable governments in Africa was toppled and he was killed. The country fell into a bloody civil war, which is still going on. So before the attack of NATO on Libya, so Libya was a stable country. But after the killing Muammar Gaddafi of Libya, so now it is continuously facing one or the other problem. Okay, so Iraq never recovered from the scars of America's regime change war of 2003. Similarly, in 2003, America had waged a war on Iraq, there also to change the leader. Okay, from this we understand that USA continuously it is involved in such kind of regime change activities. In 2003 in Iraq, in 2011 in Libya. Okay, so none of these examples are encouraging for Syria. So if you look at the example of Iraq, or if you look at the example of Libya, so after the waging of war on these two countries and attempt to change the regime, so subsequently there have been no proper development. So similarly in Syria, okay, if you look at the Syria, if similar kinds do happen, then Syria will also face a problem in the future. This is what the writer wants to conclude. Okay, writer wants to conclude. So this was a brief about what lies ahead for Syria and after Assad's exit. Okay, exit. So I already mentioned the points which are important from Klim's point of view. So I have made a notes out of it. So in order to get access to the notes of this article, so download our application through the link shared below. So there in the free material section, so there is access to our notes. Okay, our notes. So in that notes we will find the notes which have been made from this article from Klim's point of view. Okay, Klim's point of view, and such kind of crispy notes will definitely help you in the examination, especially when we are supposed to revise a lot of information in a very short span of time. Okay. So similarly, we will be discussing about the other important articles on day-to-day basis. For all our further updates, subscribe to our channel and hit on the bell icon. Thank you.